Hello everyone, in this video I want to talk about how to write the equation of a parabola using a point that the parabola passes through and the x-intercepts of the parabola. Alright, so how are we going to do this? We're going to use intercept form, which is y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. And so here, what do these variables represent? Well, x and y represent any point that's on our parabola. A is our stretch or shrink value, and that's going to be the value that we are going to simplify to find. And then p and q are our x-intercepts, okay? So we're going to look at two examples. Example number one, we have a graph, and example number two, we just have some written information. So for example one, we're going to start off and write y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. And we're going to plug in our given information. So we know that our point that our parabola passes through, well, in this case, it's our vertex, that's fine. That's going to be our x and y, so that's right here. So we can plug in 4 for y, and we can plug in 3 for x. Okay, so now for p and q, those are our x-intercepts. So we have a 2, 0 and a 4, 0. So we're going to plug in a 2 and a 4. So now we can just simplify this, and that's going to give us our a value. So we have 4 is equal to a times 1 times negative 1. So we get 4 is equal to, this would just be negative a. So let's divide by negative 1, and we get a is equal to 4. So now we can write our equation. We can say y is equal to, this should be negative 4, and then we'll say times x minus 2 times x minus 4. Okay, so we're going to leave that in intercept form, but we have our a value as negative 4, and we have our x-intercepts at 2 and 4. Okay, now let's look at our next example where we just have some written information. It says we have x-intercepts at 12 and negative 6, and we have the fact that our parabola passes through the point 0, negative 18. So let's go ahead and write our intercept form, y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. And let's go ahead on this one and just go ahead and substitute our x-intercepts in first. So we have y equals a times x minus 12 times x plus 6, right? Notice how that would be x minus negative 6, so we plug in that negative 6 and it becomes positive 6. Okay, and now we can plug in our point for x and y. We're going to pass through 0, negative 18. So y is negative 18 and x is 0. All right, so we get negative 18 equals a times negative 12 times 6. So negative 18 equals, this would be negative 72a. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 72, and that's going to give us a is equal to 1 over 4. So now we can take that information, y equals 1/4, and we can write times x minus 12 times x plus 6. Okay, and that would be our final equation for example number 2. And that's how you can write the equation of a parabola using the x-intercepts and any other point that's on the parabola.